Hello Aquarius, this is your reading for the week of 26th of June to 2nd of July 2022. Please keep in mind these are general readings and they might not resonate with everyone. I pre-shuffled your cards and I chose this stone for you today. I'm not quite sure which stone that is. Please leave that in the comments if you know. I received this a few years ago. If you might like have a look. I don't know, can you see it in the light? So it's different shades of green and brownish, as well as some purple red. And I was told this was a stone to support creative projects in the peace and harmony and creativity needed, but also with the passion to move forward, the passion and action to move forward. And then I felt like it would align a lot with what I'm going to read today. I pre-shuffled the cards and let's delve quite into it, right into it. The Page of Swords in reverse. So it looks like you have decided to stop investigating about something, to stop putting some mental effort into. Just try to create a bit more space. Can you still see that? So I'm just going to read this upright. I think with shuffling something happened. So there's a lot of strength. And the Ten of Pentacles. So maybe I was not so far off the mark with this stone. And the Six of Pentacles, equal to give and take. The Nine of Wands, the Chariot, the High Priestess, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Hierophant. It looks like a project of yours, a very spiritual one, because we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant here. It seems like you stopped investigating on something and just now, with a lot of strength, you move forward to your Ten of Pentacles. It almost looks like a work project and you want to have equal give and take. You have fought very hard for this in the past and you're almost at the end of it, but you are still fighting for it. You want to move forward. You went deep in connection with yourself and your own intuition to see whether this is the path that was chosen for you, and you move forward to a lot of enjoyment and a loving, caring sort of connections. You do this without this physical passion. It almost looks like a religious path you're on, and coming into the Hierophant. But now let's see. So it looks like more like almost like a spiritual sort of project that's also related to work and a lot of pentacles, which creates a lot of harmony with your outside world. This is what I would see right off the bat, but let's have more clarifications on those and look into it. I'm just looking whether you can see all the cards. So what is this about with the Page of Swords, the Chariot in reverse, and Temperance in reverse? Yeah, it looks like you have been investigating into something, but you realized there was no other way forward, and you also didn't have the patience anymore to keep investigating. So there's something you stopped chasing very clearly, like you stopped looking into it and you just decided, no, I'm going to do something else. I have done enough. It's enough now on that path. I'm going to go down a different path. And it's going this path. I'm starting with a lot of strength. It almost seems like you have been investigating in almost in a theoretical sense or over the internet over something probably to do with the spiritual path. And you realize this theory does not bring me any further in life. I need to go actively into it and do it myself. And you came into strength. I'm sorry, I feel like I have to reshuffle them because something didn't go right here. All my cards seem to be, it's too many upside down basically. So let me reshuffle here. Oops. The Three of Swords keeps popping up. They're not going to take it here. So now, oh, still, it's the same card. Three of Pentacles in reverse. So you stopped working in a certain way about a project, and you did this with a lot of strength. It probably has cost you a lot of strength, but now you're moving on determinedly, not working on something anymore. And it's reciprocated with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So someone also does not invest anymore. The Queen of Wands here makes me think there was probably a female that has been very powerfully either supporting or opposing you, and it is not willing to give you any further. It's more like it's a very strong and fierce, bitter female energy. It's just kind of blowing in your face with that sort of. I cannot really say the energies I get. It's still more like it's more of a project of yours rather than a person. It feels like it has a lot of religious, financial connotation. But you have decided to not go that path anymore, not to work for it. It's all saying, all those cards are saying the same thing. I'm not going to support this anymore. The other energy that's coming from that is not happy with that. But you say, and you both, it's almost like a clash of superpowers, sort of, because you're like, I'm not investing in this. And the other person with a lot of strength, as you do, just is not happy with this. But then here we have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Three of Wands in reverse. Let me see what this is about. It kind of doesn't really resonate. And the other part is an Eight of Cups. Okay, that is quite clear. So what is this about? It looks like you've been part of a project that was promising to be very lucrative for all parties involved. And I still don't, I get a female, but not necessarily in a romantic sense. It's more like a boss sort of energy. And since it seems like there's a lot of money involved if you both do not invest in this anymore. It's like maybe this project would have meant a lot of loss, but you are clearly seeing no future here. And the other person is, or the other energy is saying, okay, let's walk away from this. So it seems like there's more gained by walking away from a certain thing. And then there's the Six of Pentacles, Judgment in reverse, and the Page of Wands. So there's an equal give and take. You don't really seem to trust this or find this rather unfair, as if you're thinking like the other party side shouldn't get that much. Whereas the others is like, oh, let's playfully go into this. And it almost seems like you have a partner, and it looks like a female partner, I can't help it. Very strong sort of energy that is just working with you on a project, on something that is that requires a lot, but also can give a lot of financial gain. But something went wrong. You're both not investing anymore, but there seems to be some money pot left over from that. And the other person playfully tries to get to it, whereas you feel like this is just not right. So whether it's just claiming the last lump sum that you won't get and you're not okay with it, and the other one just playfully try, just like this card here, playfully throw the wand into the air and see what comes out of it. Just like it's a younger energy than this Queen of Wands in reverse. So she's not bitter and powerful anymore. She's like, oh, like, okay, then let's try what we can get out of this, in a playful manner. Let's try. Whereas you are more coming from this more sober place, saying like, no, wait a minute, I'm not quite sure about this. Should we really? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel fair. And I still can't say whether you two are collaborating or working against each other. Like, what is this about? It seems like to be a big, massive project. But you here at some point are in this Nine of Wands sort of energy. The Four of Swords in reverse. So you also don't want to retreat for healing anymore. You want to have this resolved. Even though you're tired, you want to move forward with this. Oh, yeah, and here it is, the very domineering sort of energy, but now it's almost male, from the Emperor. It's not inherently that the Emperor must be male, but it's the most archaic sort of male archetype, and it reflects the overall impression from this other party. They are very clear, very determined, very aware of their power, and they're using it at every angle. So, and I still can't tell, are you two working together on a project? Because or is this just the final shards of a relationship crumbling down, and the other person is very clear on what they want, whereas you really struggling here with the Nine of Wands. You both are struggling, but this person is so much in their power, whereas you are like, well, I want to retreat and heal, but it's not to be advised. I need to charge forwards and continue. And but here from strength to the Nine of Wands, so that it is a kind of a struggle, but there is a very definitive move forward with this. And you come in with the Page of Cups, since you're moving forward now from this very tired sort of energy and not wanting to retreat anymore for healing, but moving forward. And how is this reciprocated? Okay, the Moon in reverse. Now it looks a bit different. I'm not quite sure whether this is still the same topic, if that makes sense, because this felt so much like a project with a very determined and power-obsessed sort of partner or opponent, whereas this, like, you're moving on to something else here with the Chariot, and you do this with a lot of love, and you extend that cup of love to someone who is not willing to receive emotions or be in touch with their own emotions at the moment. Moving forward, they find it very tricky and dangerous to delve into this very emotional sort of realm. And then here we come to the High Priestess, this focal point of spiritual awareness, and where I got a very strong spiritual sort of vibe. And we are here with the Three of Swords in reverse. So you left behind all your heart pain. It could be both. Like, you've been kind of rejected here, and it's a very short term sort of, okay, that broke my heart, but not anymore. Or is this some old pain that's coming from I've rejected something in the past, and now this is something, and I'm tired of pain? Or is this High Priestess going in like, I've transcended and transformed all my pain, and now it has become wisdom, like true clarity and wisdom, and I'm moving from this place. And the other person is reflecting this under this nourishing ground of the High Priestess, the Two of Swords in reverse. It's like, I'm not doubting anymore. I want to be gone beyond all doubt. They cannot fully shake them off, as much as you can't fully shake off your memory of your pain. But there is something that seems to be almost in a religious sense saying like, good, leave all of the past behind. You extended a cup of love where the other person didn't want to go into their emotion. So it almost seems like there was a little emotional hiccup, like this both turned in your faces, where you said, okay, I extended love, now I've been slightly hurt. And the other person, like, oh, I closed up to my emotions, but maybe I should stop doubting. And the high priestess seems to be this almost